Today, the National Football League is one of the most popular sports in the world. The NFL is worth about $160 billion, which is almost the same as the NBA and the MLB. The value and popularity is very high as millions of people watch the games. Football players started getting paid in 1962 for $500. In today's money, that's $16,000. The first Super Bowl wasn't until January 15th, 1957, and it wasn't even a sellout. The National Football League is one of the most popular sports, reaching 400 million people watching per year. The early years of the sport were so violent, many people were hurt. The sport was saved by Teddy Roosevelt, who had a meeting with all the colleges, and he made new rules so that people would stop getting hurt. President Roosevelt made new rules like don't hold. He also made the first down 10 yards and not 5. The forward pass was made to make football more safe, but it took some time for it to become safe because not many teams were doing it.
Any pass that went untouched by the intended receiver was a turnover. These deterrents were a big reason the forward pass wasn't immediately embraced, but also people just didn't consider throwing the ball to be real football. Prior to the 1906 season, St. Louis University hired former Wisconsin Badgers assistant Eddie Kokums to be their next head coach, giving him the reins of a team featuring other ex-Badgers, including offensive end Bradbury Robinson and fullback Jack Schneider. Kokums was one of the few actually excited about the concept of the forward pass, and he decided to take his team on a retreat to Wisconsin in order to focus on developing this new aspect of the game. Luckily for them, Robinson had learned how to throw a spiral during his time with the Badgers and had since been developing his ability to throw it. Then, on September 5th, 1906, St. Louis kicked off their season against Carroll College, fittingly located in Waukesha, Wisconsin, 60 miles east of the Badgers' home in Madison and 20 miles north of their retreat location by Lake Beulah. Carroll College was a brick wall for St. Louis's offense, so they decided to catch them off guard and use their newly acquired air attack. Bradbury Robinson switched positions with fullback Jack Schneider, then he took the snap and heaved football's first pass towards him. It fell incomplete, and without getting a hand on it, St. Louis forfeited possession to Carroll. But later that game, Robinson and Schneider gave it another go and connected on the first touchdown pass. Schneider would later state, "We were told to run after the snap and just keep going until we heard the passer yell hike, or our name. So I ran and ran. I was about to give up when I heard Robinson call. I turned and caught the ball a yard or so short of the goal and went over with it." St. Louis went on to finish their season 11-0 and outscored opponents 407-11. They weren't the only team to utilize the pass that season. They were, however, the only ones to embrace it. In reference to the forward pass, the Galveston Daily News printed in 1907, with the single exception of Kokums, football teachers were groping in the dark. Kokums
George Halas, he helped football be as popular as it is today. The NFC winning team wins the Halas Trophy. George Halas owned the Chicago Bears for 40 seasons. George Halas helped save the Packers. Super Bowl 18 was dedicated to George Halas.